Just want to wrap up a couple of questions on FISA. Back in 2021, the DOJ Inspector General conducted an audit of the FBI's due diligence or lack thereof when requesting permission to wiretap or otherwise spy on Americans through FISA courts. That report detailed widespread noncompliance with Woods procedures, which you know are an internal FBI process to minimize factual inaccuracies in FISA applications by requiring the FBI to maintain supporting documentation for each factual assertion in the application. Out of over 7,000 FISA applications approved between January of 2015 and March of 2020, there were 183 FISA applications for which the Woods file was missing in whole or in part, correct?
It's been a while since I reviewed the report, but I know there were a number where they were missing. I think we were ultimately, as I recall, able to find all of the documents supporting those Woods applications, but the problem was they were not all in the same file the way they should have been.
Okay, so the report made 8 recommendations for the FBI and 2 for the National Security Division, correct?
I don't remember the number. There were definitely some recommendations. I don't remember the number of them.
Can you give us an update on the status of those recommendations?
I believe we've implemented all the recommendations. I know we agreed to implement all of the recommendations that the IG had. I will say that while we're on the subject of FISA, it is important to know that the report that you're talking about, the Woods file issue, that goes not to anything to do with 702. That has to do with so-called Title I FISA. So these are 2 sort of completely distinct parts of FISA and different processes.
But to confirm, you've located all of the missing Woods files identified in the IG's report?
It's been a while since I looked at it, but my recollection, the last time I did look at it, was that we had been able to find all of the relevant documents, but they had not, again, they had not been kept in the way they should have. That's not acceptable, in my view, and it's been addressed.
Okay, moving on. In March, you said the FBI has previously bought Americans' personal geolocation data derived from mobile ads without getting a warrant, but that you don't do that anymore and have no plans to resume. In another CJS hearing back in March, Inspector General Horowitz told me that after the Supreme Court's decision in Carpenter, the FBI should not be obtaining this geolocation data without a warrant. Can you confirm that that's not happening, and would you support legislation codifying that prohibition on the government's purchasing geolocation data or other similarly sensitive data and communications?
Well, as to let me take it in 2 parts because it's a 2-part question. I think as to the first part, I can confirm that, at least as my understanding, and I've asked lots of questions, we do not currently purchase commercial database information that includes location data derived from internet advertising. We previously, as I testified before, we previously did that for a limited national security purpose in the past. That is no longer true. It's not been true for a while now. As far as the legislative piece of it, as with any legislative idea, I can't propose or oppose legislation, but I'm happy to take a look and give you operational input on how something like that would affect us.
Thank you. Did the FBI purchase or use a commercial license to access phone geolocation data without a warrant after the Carpenter decision?
You know, the specifics of the national security program that I was describing are classified, and so probably the best thing to do there, if you have specific questions about it, is to get the right subject matter experts so that you can get the broader legal analysis and the details in an appropriate setting.
Thank you. Has the FBI purchased any other data from a commercial vendor that could reveal private information about individuals? Is it doing so, and if not, how can you reassure us that it won't happen in the future?
Can you just, I'm sorry, just repeat
Sure.
the question?
So has the FBI purchased any other data from a commercial vendor that could reveal, other than internet advertising based, that would reveal private information about an individual American citizen without a warrant?
You're talking about other than location data is what you're talking about, sort of more broadly is what you're.
Right.
In order to be sure that I'm giving you an accurate answer, let me follow back up with you on that, because I really want to, you know, that's a broad enough category that I really want to be careful on how I answer that.
I appreciate that. I yield back the remainder of the time.